Good evening, viewers. Today we have Professor Vaidya with us. Welcome, sir.
Namaskar, Vanakkam, and
Thank you so much.
Namaste.
It's been a very long time, Professor, and it's really nice to see you. We are waiting to hear some gems of wisdom as well as wit from you. Yeah. So the first point, sir, is Iran is likely to retaliate to Israel's attack on the embassy in Syria, resulting in Iran's top two army generals' death. Now, USA has asked their navy to get close to Israel, and Biden has assured ironclad protection for Israel in case of an attack. India has also issued some advisory to Indians in Israel. What do you think will happen? Will it lead to a
I think
full-scale war?
the, I think no, I think the larger powers because Turkey, Saudi Arabia, USA, as well as EU, many other countries are expecting restraint from Iran so that it doesn't, flare
Yeah.
up into a major configuration. I think
Yes.
many of them will be able to succeed in restraining. Obviously, Iran will like to give some sort of a noise and some sort of effort, but not
Yes.
beyond a point. I think
Yeah.
this will be contained, I am very sure, because no country wants major escalation in that front. Already, many are worried about oil going above 100. So, given the global economic situation, which itself is very fragile, except India, I think you know that almost all other countries are in recession or depression. I don't think any of the major powers would like to, including, for instance, Turkey and other relatively friendly countries to Iran are, you know, asking it to exercise restraint. This is what is my reading of the situation.
What I'm
It will have some impact, but not beyond a point.
what I'm quite curious about is that, see, when Biden himself is in a hot soup with he and his son facing impeachment and all, how come he's trying to make so many decisions that are internationally fatal for others?
You are talking about Kejriwal.
No, Biden and his son. Biden is facing impeachment problems in
Yeah, yeah.
USA.
And
Yeah,
he is too
despite that
old
he's
actually.
yeah,
And
despite that he is acting
very
very straight.
surprisingly, Democrats are not able to find any alternative, I think.
Huh.
And many reports suggest he is having some sort of, you know, forgetfulness.
Yes, yes.
No, whether it is a real form of dementia
Alzheimer's.
or not, it's not clear. But surely, and his mental health as well as physical health is not very good. Every time he gets down from helicopter in White House lawns, he jogs for some 4 feet or something to prove that he is very healthy. But very unfortunate. But this is my forecast. This is not
Yeah,
my wish or anything. I think
yeah.
he is not going to be the Democrat candidate for the election before
Okay.
November. I think something or other will take place because of his forgetfulness. Many a time he confuses between countries, between leaders, and somebody should ask a simple quiz to him. Who are all the earlier four presidents before you? I'm sure he will not be able to answer that. So, uh, anyhow, this is my reading
Yeah,
of the situation.
yeah, yeah.
Even within his own party, many people are uncomfortable,
Mm.
given his age and given his what one can call his son's behavior and so many things.
Yes, yes. Any chances of Trump coming?
Now, in case he is gone, it depends whom they are going to select as all other candidate. If it is going to be Obama's wife, it's going to be a very interesting fight between a black woman and Trump.
Yeah,
Let's wait
there
and
are
see
some
how it.
rumors about Obama's wife also, which we cannot speak here.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So moving on to Tamil Nadu. Now there seems to be a paradigm shift in the Tamil Nadu political atmosphere. People are looking up to Annamalai as the savior of Tamil Nadu from the corrupt government of Stalin's family. Do you think BJP will make history by winning a sizable number of seats? The way Annamalai is rated by people can be drawn parallel to MGR, what MGR used to get. Your views on this, sir?
See, number of seats, we will come to that later. I'm sure that in terms of vote percentage, it should increase. That's see, the percentage of vote and seats linkage is very complicated. My hunch is he will get a double-digit vote percentage. That itself will be a very good achievement, actually. And if it is 10 to 12%, I would call it as Adamam. If it is 15%, it is Madhyamam. If it crosses 20% vote share percentage, it will be Uttamam. So I visualize something like 10 to 12% vote share percentage. Converting it to seats is very complicated because vote share percentage can be more spread evenly across constituency. In a single constituency, it need not be a leading factor. And his own constituency is very critical. Coimbatore. He must win that. By chance, let me repeat it. If he loses it, then that will be a huge setback for BJP in Tamil Nadu for a long period of time. It's a big gamble they have taken.
Okay.
But many reports suggest that public support is there for him. Let's wait and see. At least one constituency he should be able to win, if not more. And also increase the vote percentage to something like 12, 15, anywhere between 10 to 15. That would be a very good percentage. That will make his party a recognized, I mean, not in terms of election commission, but in terms of the public at large, that it's a major political force in Tamil Nadu.
Okay.
Let's wait and see.
Yeah. And he's also now alleging that extensive surveillance and phone tappings are being done. He claimed that his family members, friends, and even the press are under the gaze of intelligence officials. Annamalai.
This is, Meenaji, you know about it. This is before every poll, these things take place, right? And you remember, there was a time in the much earlier period of Ramakrishna Hegde, a phone tapping controversy toppled his government, actually.
Yes.
So almost all the leaders want to know what the opposition side is dealing or talking and other things. So this goes on.
Yeah.
So, and we don't have to attach too much importance for it.
Yeah. Now, in the case of AAP, it seems to be the end game for Kejriwal. He's going to be in Tihar for a long time. What do you think will be the fate of AAP government in Delhi and the repercussions in Punjab for their government?
See, one thing we have to be very clear, all these things are done very near to the poll. So the people perception is very critical. They perceive that, because of the election, these things are done for him and other things. And he is a very, very clever politician. Let me tell you that. I would rate him as the cleverest politician in the country today.
Why would you say that?
Actually, around 2011, I prepared a black money report and it became a national popular thing. Advani released it, another thing. Anyhow, that time, I'm just sharing it with you. I met him. He met with me for 45 minutes alone. And believe me, he promised that he will never enter into politics. He is more of a social activist. He promised on the head of his children, I told, don't do any of these things because, these things are transient. Today you may say you won't contest, tomorrow you may contest. And finally entered politics, actually. I told many of my friends that time, he is very dangerous fellow. He is a very clever and dangerous fellow. And many of them told me to sort of keep quiet. Don't. That time he was so popular. He was riding on the Anna Hazare movement. Anyhow, what I want to say is, he's a very clever political leader, and public sympathy is still with him. Let me tell you very frankly. Except one minister, no other MLA has quit. Actually, we have to be very clear about it. And let's wait and see how the whole situation develops. And if the sympathy is quite a large for him, he would get significant seats in Delhi and Punjab again during the Lok Sabha poll. So let's wait and see how it
But
emerges.
But there are also many people who are, waiting to expose his wrongdoings.
Yeah. He is not a clean fellow or something like that. But the timing of it makes it very complicated in the eyes of the public. I'm not talking about. So it'll take some time for public to digest that this is what is happening and everything.
Yeah.
So see, between you and me, Minaji, 10 years these people have lost their time. Not a single leader has been put into jail on a regular basis. Some people went into jail, got the bail, and came out and other thing. I'm not talking about it. Nobody has been convicted. Only two leaders convicted. One is this Lalu Yadav, other is Jayalalitha. Both of it is before the NDA period. In the sense, it's not linked to NDA. So I would say that there is certain amount of criticism that what have these people been doing for 10 years. For instance, 2G case, it goes on and no, not much progress at all. After 6 years, now it has been decided that there is a merit in appeal. What is all this? And that other one, Dayanidhi Maran, he swallowed a telephone exchange, misused it for his brother's TV channel. It's
Yes.
open and shut case.
Yes.
And nothing has been done about it. So there is a perception that these things before the poll is not going to be very useful. Let's wait and see. Anyhow,
With regards to IIT Mumbai, almost 30% of students who passed out from IIT Mumbai are not able to get placement. What is happening? Is it because the supply is more than the demand, or they are unemployable skill wise? Can you elaborate on this, Professor?
no, there are two, three issues in this. One is normally by, unlike IIMs, you don't measure the employment thing by March or April in IITs. You have to wait till June, end of June, because that is a period in which many of the companies give the final offer and other thing. That is one point. Concluding based upon data on March is not a very correct thing. Second is, again, between social sciences and engineering, we have to see what is the gap, which segments are not getting adequate placement. That is another thing. Is it the engineering segment or is it the social science segment? So all this, but we have to, according to me, we can wait till June and then make a very good conclusion in terms of the percentage.
Okay. So, do tell us about, just your own view about exactly what is happening in Chennai. So, we'll talk more in detail about that. What are your, observations?
Chennai in terms of poll, you mean?
Yes, exactly. Yes. And
Yeah,
the way, way Stalin is ruling and all that.
see the three seats, major seats, South Madras, Central Madras, and North Madras, they are considered as a fundamental fort of DMK, fortress rather. They have been winning there for quite a number of time, actually. Long time before many people might not know. The Grand Alliance in those days called Syndicate. They propped up on Syrian, very good person, very good candidate, knowledgeable person, who was one of the major contributor to Shah Commission. And opposite to him, the Congress and DMK sponsored Vaijayanti Mala Bali, of all the persons. She is neither here nor there, but she won the poll. What I want to stress is that is the type of grip these people have got. And there, the lady candidate of DMK, she is the daughter of a well-known earlier minister, and the sister of one of the current ministers. And it's all family thing. Then Maran is standing in Central Madras, who is the son of the well-known Dayanidhi Maran and brother of this Sun TV owners. And the North Madras is again another minister's son. So this is it's not going to be very easy to break the fortress. Let's wait and see. And it's a three-cornered fight this time. It's not just between DMK and BJP. ADMK is also there. So, what shape it takes? Some people suggest Central Madras could be a very good possibility because of the, Maran has been there for MP for the last three terms. This might be the fourth term for him, and the people are not very happy in terms of any. He never visits any constituency or anything. He just come during the poll time, waves his hand and attacks all the Sanadana forces and then goes back. So this is the so that may be a good possibility. But another thing is, I feel both in Bangalore and Chennai, this heat wave. See, that would significantly uh, reduce the polling percentage. Already, Bangalore last time, you know that it was not even 50%. Most educated, literate, rich constituency of the country, South Bangalore, it had only 51% vote percentage. People are not going to. The second I am concerned about is I am thinking out loud that many supporters of BJP may think any of BJP is going to win and complacency, they may not go to vote also. This is another thing. If you feel your party is winning, why take a extra effort to go and vote?
Yeah. And
So,
also, they are
all
saying that because they are not getting water, they are not going to vote.
yeah. So, this is a very interesting situation. And I think in Madras city, except Madras Central, as I told you, this Maran, other two other they will win. The DMK will. As far as the other part of the country is concerned, everybody is talking about NDA 400 and BJP 350. That's not, according to me, that's not a very easy task. It's a wish. My wish also they should cross 400 and other. But one thing is, this 400 is the panauti. Let me tell you. Indira Gandhi had more than 400 after the Bangladesh war and other thing. That government did not last full term. Then emergency came in. Then Rajiv Gandhi had more than 400 after the assassination of Indira Gandhi. And that government also did not last. So above 400 is not a very, it is according to me, desirable thing. In finance, we call it winner's curse. If you win something, then you are also cursed. You are not able to get all the best. What happens is, if it is above 400, the pressure groups become very large. Everybody wants to have a hand in the pie.
Yes.
So it's very difficult to satisfy all these groups and other things. Okay, that's one part of the story. Other is if I have the statistics with me of 2019 in Gujarat, BJP got 26 out of 26, Rajasthan 25 out of 25, Madhya Pradesh 28 out of 29, only one that Chhindwara they lost, Chhattisgarh 9 out of 11. Maharashtra, that time the alliance was different. Everybody knows Shiv Sena got split, another thing. Before that, the alliance was between Shiv Sena BJP. That time they got 23 out of 48 BJP.
Okay.
And Bihar, they got 17 out of 40. Bihar, of course, is that Nitish Kumar, every alternate. If it is Monday, he is in NDA. If it is Wednesday, he is in. Now he is promising Modi, he won't move. He will be there. But one doesn't know. That time BJP got 17 and UP they got 62. 71 they got in 19, but sorry, 14. 19 they got 62. West Bengal they got 18 out of 42. Karnataka was very interesting. They swept literally 26 out of 28. Now looking at all these numbers, of course Kerala they got 0, Tamil Nadu they got 0, and looking at all these numbers, they have to keep all these numbers in order to reach that 303. Currently, they are 303. And then over and above that, they have to win if they want to reach something like 320 or 340. So I am very skeptical because in all these, very difficult to keep all these numbers, what I read so far. For instance, in Karnataka, many reports suggest that they may lose something like at least 5 to 10 seats. That is, the other group, Congress group, may win something like 20, 21 out of 28. Bhairappa, one of the very famous literature person, who is also known to be sympathetic to BJP, he says that they may lose some 3 to 4 seats, 3 to 4 minimum. So it could be more. And in all these other states, what I read, if they lose something like, let's say 15, and plus 10 year, in this Karnataka, which means 25. So 25 less of 300 is already 275.
Mm.
It's a very risky mark, about 272. So let's be very clear. And West Bengal 18 they got. Now they may get 20 or 22, not more than that. It's not going to be significantly higher. So that's the reason their focus is on Tamil Nadu and Kerala. Kerala they may get one or two, not more than that. The upper
You
limit
think
I am talking.
Shashi Tharoor can be defeated?
Very difficult. He has got, if you take the religious composition and caste composition, he has got a very good upper hand. See, the Christian group will be with him significantly, and the Nayars also will be totally with him. It's not going to be very easy to. It's a very interesting
Rajiv.
state, actually.
Mm.
And Trivandrum, most of the reports suggest is Hindu minority. And actually, if you exclude all this hardcore communist, the so-called Hindus will be some 12 to 15% only, not more than that, according to me. So it's not going to be. And there, this everybody says Hindu should vote, and I am yet to come across one individual who votes as a Hindu. I have asked a lot of people. People vote on caste, people vote on some monetary benefit, people vote on various other reasons. Anyhow, Kerala, they might win maximum one.
Mm.
That film actor Suresh Gopi is contesting in own location.
Mm.
Possibly, I am telling. So, Tamil Nadu is another alternative. According to me, Tamil Nadu percentage-wise, they may increase 10 to 12%. But seat-wise, it should be one at least. Coimbatore should be there. Otherwise, there is no. So, what I want to stress is all this talk of 400 and other thing is good. It's a very, 2004, many of
Rosy
us
picture.
remember the India shining, and India shone. Finally, nothing was shining. Only the boot polish was shining. That's the only thing. So, we have to be cautious. According to me, if BJP alone reaches 300, it will be very good. They should be very happy about it and form a government. That's where it, and that's not going. That itself is not going to be easy. Let me tell very frankly, because they will, it's not that you will always get 25 out of 25 in Rajasthan.
Yes.
You may lose one or two seats. It's not always that you will get 28 out of 29 in Madhya Pradesh. So there are some chinks in the armor. And there are a lot of dissidents. For instance, in Karnataka, Jagdish Shettar is put as a candidate, and many of his own party people are not happy about it. That Iswarappa, who is a very old hand in BJP, he says he will contest alone. But he will support Modi. It's a highly complicated situation. Sadanand Gowda says he is retiring from politics once and for all. And somehow they should rope in that Ambarish wife as of now. So then that Anant Hegde has not been given ticket for telling constitution should be changed. Constitution has been changed 100 times. So anyhow, and that Mysore also, that Sima has not got ticket. So within the party there is quite a number of dissidents, dissent, and other thing. And in India, Minaji, within a party there is no more problem than outside the party. There are enough people to pull you down within a party than your opponents. This is your opponents can be more considerate towards you than your own party fellows. So that is what is important. So if they reach 300, I will be very happy. And so, given the overall situation, and if they don't reach 270, it is going to be catastrophic. Because all these family-based parties, dynasties, they are called.
mm, mm,
When do I call a party a dynasty? Definition is the party is handed over to your children.
mm,
Very simple. Not a person's son is a minister or something. That's okay. That is always there. Like Lalu handed over his party to his children. Mulayam handed it over to his children.
yeah.
Farooq Abdullah handed it over to his children. Karunanidhi handed it over to his children. In all this, Karunanidhi is a unique example because he was not a founder of DMK.
Mm,
He came much later into
yeah.
DMK. He hijacked the party and
Mm,
then
mm,
handed it over to his children. Unlike, Lalu, Mulayaman, who were all
yeah.
founders of the party. Anyhow, that's what is called a dynasty. And all these groups have to get together and form a government. It's going to be, very interesting. Something like 2004 repeat.
Mm,
And Sonia ji will come to the center stage and
mm.
all that. So I hope such of those things don't happen. And only, they cross 300 and comfortably form a government. This is what is
Sir,
my reading.
yeah,
This is not my
in
wish,
the
I
yeah.
tell you, so that people don't misunderstand. My wish is they should get 350. And in all, I think 450 BJP is contesting.
Mm,
Congress is contesting around 375, 400.
mm,
So let's wait and see how it
yeah.
shapes up.
Yeah. Sir, in the case of this, we remember the Rameshwaram cafe blast. Now the mastermind Abdul and bomber Musafir have been caught. They were using fake Hindu identities while on the run, and they were planning their next attack. Now, how do you see it? What do you think was the reason for them to attack this particular, cafe, and what was the message that they were giving to the people?
No, they attacked this particular cafe because it is heavily crowded early morning time and quite a the you might have seen that the people are standing outside even and so that's the thing and it has become shot into prominence or popularity within a short period of time.
Mm,
Some any one of those malls or any one of those they could have targeted. They chose this, and this could also be a preliminary thing in
mm,
order to
mm,
escalate it later to other places if it succeeds. I
mm.
would say our NIA has done a good job in terms
Yes.
of tracing it, and I would also appreciate Bengal police as well as Karnataka police. All of this, they have all cooperated in the sense,
Mm,
but for their cooperation, they couldn't have handled the whole thing. No point in blaming the cops in those places. Cops do their job. After all,
mm,
that's their bread and butter matter. And
mm,
it's a good thing that they have been caught because it would prevent it from getting escalated.
mm.
This could be a receipt, for future attacks, and that could not. You see, in Sydney, suddenly one cranky fellow, they say, I don't think he's cranky. Whenever such attack take place, they immediately say the fellow is cranky.
So
That
yes.
is not the reason. It could be, and
Yeah.
5 or 6 people have died. It's not a
Yeah.
very
Mm,
small thing,
mm,
because of this type of thing. In Europe, also, this periodically reports come.
mm.
Very sad state of affairs, actually.
Yeah.
And everybody knows that certain groups are very unhappy and globally they want to have a
Mm,
change.
mm.
That's what is taking
Yeah.
place. And
Professor
within that,
also,
there are, for
yeah.
instance, between Taliban and
Mm,
this ISIS Khorasan,
mm,
there is a massive differences, and ISIS Khorasan have attacked inside Afghanistan. Taliban targets and others. It's a very, very disquieting situation actually. And desert religions are, they have been fighting with each other for not today or yesterday, thousands of years. We know that, right? So it's not something new, except that it should spread to other parts of the world. That's the most important thing. They
mm.
should fight among themselves, kill as many as possible between themselves, and not spread it to other pagan religions like ours.
Yeah.
Leave us in peace.
So in Amethi, Rahul is not prepared to stand. Now they plan to put in Vadra against BJP. What is your take on that?
In Amethi,
Yeah.
no,
They have
Rahul
they're
might
thinking of
stand again. That's what
Is
the
it?
report suggests.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Hmm.
most probably after 26. You see, that poll in Wayanad is closing on 26,
Okay.
and the nomination for Amity starts on 26th.
Hmm.
So after the poll is over there, he may come and file nomination if the report suggests. They are not going to leave it as it is, right?
So yeah, the latest from Supreme Court is that, see, now in the affidavits they don't need to give all the details of the property they hold. So something I don't understand, Professor, is that, see, they seem to be interfering in everything that the government should be doing. Supreme Court is suddenly
I think,
taking
Minaji,
over.
you would be
Uh,
doing for the last roughly 2, 3 years, Supreme Court is ruling the country. Okay, let's be very clear. Every day you see in the TV what are the new cases which is coming. They, what should be the height of the H&D, they decide. Can you beat this? There was some stupid fellow wrote a letter telling that in Parle, in Bombay, when they do the Krishna Jayanti, the
yes,
H&D, a lot of people make themselves in a pyramid form, and then
yes,
he
yes.
told this is very dangerous and it is very. And Supreme Court took it as a big issue.
Uh, uh,
Nobody asked a simple question in the last 30 years, 20 years. How many people have died in trying to be forming the pyramid? No.
yeah.
Finally, they spent a couple of months on this. They came out with a solution that 20 feet should be the maximum height.
Oh,
Who is going to measure it? Local Tamil will go with a scale or what?
uh, uh,
I shouldn't use a strong word, but they are nuts actually.
uh,
Like, none of the judges have ever visited Sabarimala,
mm,
neither the litigants. Later it came out, no litigant has visited those five girls.
mm,
Three girls of them have no clue at all about Sabarimala,
mm.
and they thought Sabarimala is some sweet or something. Other two have never gone there. And
Uh,
they gave a judgment that everybody should be allowed inside. And you know what?
mm,
This is not in their domain, or this is not their concern at all. And all type of cases go to them now. Whether temple should be opened, and I am worried whether this this yoga breathing morning many people do inhale and exhale. Whether that should also be covered by Supreme Court. They may say you can inhale but not exhale. Some such decision may be taken. It's a nutty. Why
which
should
takes us
they
to.
at all take up many of these
Uh,
cases? They can say this, what you call at the time of admission itself, they can reject it. This
mm,
is not in our domain or something. And, they are supposed to focus more on constitutional issues and issues which are pertaining to larger realm of the country,
mm,
not these type of right. And see, now they have taken up this Ramdev case
mm.
of all
That
the
is what I was going to ask you.
here
Patanjali.
the MNCs, they say you supply this cream, you will become fair.
Mm,
You do this, your diabetes will be cured. This and
mm,
none
mm,
of them have been taken to task,
mm,
including the old case, if you remember, of this Nestle, of
mm.
their 2 minutes noodle having this poisonous substance.
Yes,
Nobody
yes.
has been taken to task.
Mm,
But this fellow is taken to task, and every day is asked to come and
mm.
apologize. Next, I think the court will call every actress, film actress, every day, because they can see those actresses in without or with makeup. I don't know. God knows. Right? So it's the only way in which you can act to the way in which they are behaving, right?
Mm, mm.
So it's a very sad state of affairs. I
And
only
the cases
hope
are getting delayed
the
also.
new government takes up judicial reform in a very, very
Mm,
serious way.
mm.
And, this collegium system, some method they should evolve in order to put a clamp on it.
I think Modi ji's next term he will do something about it, because
They should.
even in
Otherwise,
this there is
these
a
people are
dynasty.
going
You
berserk,
know,
actually.
yeah.
I would say. They are going berserk. They should, and then they should be reminded that you are much more a constitutional court
Mm,
rather than any of these, flimsy things and other.
mm,
I hope so.
So thank you, sir. It
Oh,
was a wonderful session and really enjoyed. Thank you. Good night. Jai Hind and Jai Shri Ram.
any question or anything, I can respond if there is any.
Okay. No, no, please. If you have something interesting, because I did not want to take up your time, uh, it's just the politics in Tamil Nadu, Kejriwal, which is all taking up,
No,
the
if the
country
audience
is.
want to ask or something, I don't
Yeah.
mind.
Let me just check. So here, Ned says Sensodyne toothpaste can advertise, but Patanjali Dant Kranti can't.
And I am 100% with you, sir. Over Narayan Ned, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he belongs to your group, right?
Yeah.
Ned
He's
Narayan.
my better half. Yes.
Yeah. So what you are telling is 100% true. Exactly. This is the point I am telling.
Yeah.
Right?
Also, sir,
Partiality.
you didn't mention anything about Tejasvi Surya. What do you think are his chances? He seems to be another Annamalai in the making. Do you think he
Yeah.
has the
But, there are some other constraints in his case. He is also a very good speaker and a very good thing. But the thing is, in the Indian context, all this social grouping and other thing is caste may not help it, and even in within Karnataka, and so that is another what you want should to make it. But this is a sort of a drawback in.
Hmm.
After the Ramakrishna Hegde, the last one, I don't think anybody from the upper caste can become CM in Karnataka anymore. So that is the type of thing. Vidya
So
Amirapu.
Vidya is asking, you mentioned about Christian domination in Tamil films. Is it getting worse?
Yeah. They are completely they are controlling the film industry in terms of financing as well as in terms of narrative today. So actually, many of the actor and actresses as well as various directors, they may have Hindu names. It may look, but actually, what are called popularly cryptos. They are actually Christians, but they would not like to. For instance, including this popular actor Vijay,
Vijay,
he's
yes.
actually Joseph Vijay.
Yes.
But somehow or other, he is not using that thing. He is only
Mm.
calling himself as Vijay. So like that, it's a hidden thing. I think in Kerala also it's very common.
Yes,
Many
yes.
Christians are not known by their full name,
Yeah.
except by
So
their.
Vijay has this habit of saying that he's coming into politics and then he steps back. What is his plan, Professor?
He is waiting for 26
Mm,
assembly election. He is not
mm.
looking at the, but he is eagerly, I'm sure, watching the results of the parliamentary poll, based upon which he may decide if he wants to join some group or something.
Yeah. So is he more of a Stalin person?
Yeah. We'll wait and see.
So what I don't understand, Professor, is that everybody knows that the kind of rule that Stalin and his party has, they are known more as thugs. You know, how are they still voting for him? Them.
That three generation, two generation, and other things. It
Mm,
comes from the 1960s actually. Many of them are what one can call under the influence of Karunanidhi. They continue to have, and then recently Stalin introduced a scheme of free buses
mm,
for women. So that has caught the imagination of many women. And he is also giving 1,000 rupees per woman. Some 30% of the women are covered. And he is telling he will cover the rest after the poll. So these are some of the popular things. And the
Something
last
like
but not
Karnataka is
least
doing.
is in Tamil Nadu, it's very common to bribe the voters before poll. Give 1,000 rupee or 500 rupee each. And this is something which is going to influence the voters immediately. So much cash is given. And this has been encouraged from roughly 1998. It has not spread to other states on a large scale,
Mm,
but in Tamil Nadu, it's very, very common. People expect, and now they say the rate is around 1,000 rupees per person. If
mm.
there is a four-member family, you get 4,000 rupees, and so you go and you get get it from both sides. in those days. DMK and ADMK. So 4 plus 4, 8,000 rupees you get. Not a small sum. So this is something
Yeah.
which is very
Yeah.
pernicious, I would say.
Yeah. So Vidya is
Dawood
asking,
domination.
huh, yeah, also
That
Dawood's
was,
domination in
yeah,
Bollywood,
right.
has it
No, it
weakened?
is not weakened, I would say. It is still
Mm,
there, definitely. In terms of all his other henchmen and other thing.
mm,
You see, they are the major financiers today in this film world. Earlier, it used to be by our traditional Marwaris, Gujaratis, and other thing. They have
mm,
all been replaced now by these people
mm,
in Tamil industry as well as in this Hindi industry.
mm,
Malayalam, low budget, so to that extent, it's quite possible for smaller fellows also to finance it.
mm.
And some of the movies are very low budget and they have done very well actually in Malayalam. Some
Yes.
movies which have become a big hit. It is not
Yes.
a huge budget or something. It's a very,
Mm,
10 crore, 15 crore type of budget movie. But they have earned a very good name actually. One movie I recall which was very good actually is
mm.
which Mammootty was there and he was accused by his wife for being a homosexual and
Ah,
sort of drama,
ah,
what one can call court drama, but it went on reasonably. And another advantage for Malayalam movies nowadays is they don't have to so much worry about releasing in theaters.
yes.
And they can depend upon this OTT and
Okay.
this type of thing. So that is another plus point.
Mm,
And so big budget is not there. But the other thing like your Tamil as well as Bollywood is still under the control.
yeah. Yeah. Ned is saying Iran is going to attack
Iran is,
Israel.
Iran may do some smaller attacks on Israel. It won't be a very large scale type of thing
Mm,
because Turkey and EU as well as US and other various other groupings have told Iran you cannot escalate it beyond a point. That is what is going to. I think it will be contained.
yeah.
Of course, the war situation will continue. It is there continuing for thousands of years, not yesterday or today, right?
Yeah.
The Jewish and the Christian and the Muslim conflict, the conflict between the three brothers, it is called, it is going on. So I don't think this will become a, given the global situation, no other major power would like it to be escalated in today's situation. Right?
Do you think like Lalu's wife, Kejriwal's wife, will become the chief minister?
No, no. They will try to push her, but let's wait and see. Depending upon Monday, what the Supreme Court decides on him. If they decide to continue to him to be in the jail, then they have to look for alternatives. One of the alternative would be his wife, definitely. Other one will be that Atishi or who is
Yeah.
regularly enthusiastic in that channels, TV channel. Let's wait and see.
So with that, we'll end this session, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good
Thank
night.
you very much. Thanks a lot.